playmaking Dave at 10 recently, and I think he could be one to change it up for them.
Hold the ball.
Well, he started well with a good kick to touch.
No. He was inside.
I think he's a bit conservative on it as well. He's got a bigger boot than that. Expect a couple of long bombs this afternoon. That would have just been a tester. Now Hansen to throw in the line. Cavs up at 4. It was a great take by Berry. Now they're going to crash centre field through the vice-captain, Kalis.
Like a brick wall.
Both these teams are going to look to be spreading the ball coast to coast this afternoon. Cavs trying to find a little bit of space in the corner, still have a wing option. Good little dart back on the inside. Tavalu.
To release here.
It's a good turnover won by Bayswater. He had all rights to the ball, did really well there. And McDonough, short side. Skip pass. Probably should have thrown it to the first man, then drawn and pass again. But they hold on to the ball no matter what. Bayswater half-back, finding ground eventually. A little bit of scuffle back and forth. Stops, has to step in at half and gets it to Bruce. Driving over the top. Spinning out right-hand side of the field. Just stepping inside is Herbrick. And accepting the contact eventually.
Hold here.
Just happy to build phases early on here, Bayswater. Not going to try anything too experimental early. It's power 2. Just collapses over the gain line there. Opportunity out wide now, Bayswater again. Getting held up in the contest, needs to find ground. Tackle called from your referee. Of course, it's belt up round as well this week. Make sure you belt up whenever you drive. Bayswater just getting half a line break there through Abra. Need a half. Get it now. Once again, didn't need the cutout. They've given the wing a little bit of an opportunity to cover defense. Wrapped up. Really nice little cover defense there, James Dougal. Spinning. It's Tafu. Needs to hold on to the ball. Cavaliers trying to strip in the contest. Going to have to roll there now for. Stripped in the tackle, turnover ball.
Advantage.
Pocket. Penalty advantage. Good call from the referee. Offside. Just a little bit too eager there, Bayswater, after the turnover. Wanted to disrupt the ball. Bayswater looking good in those first couple phases.
Yeah, I was just about to say, very quick ball movement, but maybe just tone it down a bit. I mean, they gained a fair bit out of, not a lot, I should say. They didn't gain a lot out of those phases. So maybe just hold the ball a bit and not look for that quick offload every time. Build some momentum rather than just run that line.
I think you'll find it hard to tell any of those Bayswater players to slow the play down.
They are. I realise they are an energetic side, but
you're not wrong. They only gained about 20 metres off about 12 phases there. And now Cavaliers are going to have their first chance with ball in hand, really. Expecting a lot out of John O'Lance out in the centres here. He's stayed back with the Cavaliers for another week. Absolute gun off the boot and playmaking wise. Up at 4, Messi off the top, but they managed to come away with it. It was a cute little hand backwards. I did like it. Inside ball was a great one. Now Lico goes to ground. Spinning out wide. Cavaliers, they got a bit of space and a bit of speed. They kick it over the top. They need this one to bounce kindly. It's a foot race into the corner. Cavaliers pick it up and score! First try of the afternoon goes the way of the Coastal Cavaliers. It's Brandon Steele.
I was just about to say, he kicked that a bit too early, but pace of foot after Berners on. He knew what he was doing, backed himself in. Thank you very much. First 5-pointer. Here's the replay here.
As you see, it's dribbling at quite the speed, but it just holds up off that big bounce.
And there he comes through. He knew exactly what he wanted.
Oh, it's a close one as well. Nearly bobbled it forward.
Well, there's no bunker here, mate.
No bunker here.
There's no fourth official. That's a try.
All advantage to the attacker there. And a little home ground advantage down here at the Coastal Cavaliers ground. Their end goals are the maximum possible that you can have on a rugby field. They like scoring tries like that because it gives them that extra couple metres just before the ball goes dead. And it's paid dividends for them. And in belts up round, Coastal Cavaliers 5, Perth Bayswater 0, with a kick to come.
Good representation of the early run and gun rugby that we've seen the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, both these.
But that quick feed, and then all of a sudden down the other side, it's a try.
Both these sides, stylistically, they're exactly the same. They want to go wide, they want to go fast. And we could be in for a very high-scoring contest here this afternoon as that one just drops a little bit short and across the face. Score's going to remain 5-0. Bayswater happily jogging straight back up to the line to get this one back underway. Even though Charles Newinghouse missed that conversion there as well, he's a very vital playmaker at 10 here for the Coastal Cavaliers this afternoon. Expect him just to charge towards the line a couple times and then he'll release his wider backs. This is a great kickoff. It's going to travel about 13 past, but with great height. Cavs allow it to bounce off the head backwards as well. Cavs backdoor flick. Now to ground through Kalis. Spinning wide for the forward pod. To ground Lico. And out. Newinghouse. Lance. Early release. Tries to get it out wide for the fullback again. But just lost forward. Maybe John Lance could have held on to that one for a second longer.
Yeah, get that run and gun. Look, if you've come down to watch the game or whether you're watching it online, you're not going to be disappointed. I think it'll be entertaining.
I think this
all
one
afternoon. It's a matter of you spoke about the pre-game, how well both sides are going to close out, because that's you got a feeling that the ones that can just hold their nerve and have got a little more pace in the tank, a little more fuel in the tank at the end of the game, they're the ones that are going to come over the top.
Yeah, and in recent years, it's actually happened a couple times in a row. Very late in the game, Cavs have been up by a couple. Interception, Bayswater with about a minute to go, about probably 3 years in a row now. So I don't know if they could do it 4 in a row, and the teams are a little bit different this year. But certainly it's a game that's about 35 points all at the end, and it takes an intercept to win it.
Well, we can only hope.
First scrum of the afternoon, Bayswater just meddled with it, the back, the halfback. So they have to take up a crash ball. Herbrick was taken to ground. Now they go to Veach out on the right. Now you see the Bayswater forward pod. They're getting really wide. They're going to have this forward pod set here, but then they're going to have another one set to the left off 10. So this one will go to Herbrick, then to the number 4. But he decides to go himself. Leaves Candy wandering. Now have to go straight through the middle there. Yeah, just got away with it. And now held up in the contest. Need to get to ground. The arriving players did a good job to get that one down. Numbers out on the left here, but they're flat-footed Bayswater. Stepping inside once, twice was Payne. Now they get the offload to Afu to ground on the 22. Can they get an entry out of this? Penalty, Cavaliers.
Number 8. Or not? No, it's all penalty.
So well done there by Ethan Kalis, the vice-captain of the Cavs, getting straight over the top and not releasing against Bayswater. And just to avoid any confusion as well there, your referee Justin Forster just saying that's your penalty, mate.
It's not out.
Play on the call. Bayswater. They've got plenty of numbers out the back and they've stripped and lost forward. They had all 12 out to the right.
Massive, they had a collection of them on the far side.
George just needed to look across. He had his shoulders closed. If he looked across, he would have seen the space and numbers. And now we get a better view of another scrum straight in front of us.
Pretty good. Let's keep that up, all right?
Positive reinforcement at scrum time there. First scrum good. Let's keep it there. Plenty of weight from the Cavaliers' tight head side here. Can they use that power to get up and across? Cavaliers are set all out to the left. They've gone 3-2-1 on the backline setup.
An extra few kilos in the front row for the Cavs too, but looks of it.
Reset.
It's a very big front row, especially Paul Anu. Sorry, no, he's in number 1. Palafi in 24. Set and ready to go again. It's a good hit. Stable platform, but just hinging on the near side. They managed to keep it up. Cavs fire it. They've got players in motion everywhere. It's just a little bit behind Lance, but he manages to get his hands free. And the second one just behind again.
Touch.
And it's just been knocked into touch. Bayswater ball. John O'Lance caught that one just behind him and just managed to
There's our
flick
gap,
it out.
Rose.
But the second one was behind the player again. Dougal just had to try get rid of it. Bayswater line out, just past 40 of their own line. They walk in, get up at 4. No contest. Very lucky to get away with not straight there. 7 straight on top of the ball. And Cavs get another penalty for it. Very well done, Sophie Saliko.
Rocksport, black. Yeah, no. Yeah, I called him out and then he used his hands.
Oh no, sorry. It's gone the other way. The hand went up the wrong direction the first time there, Foster.
Well, he's been off for a few weeks, hasn't he? So he's allowed to make a mistake.
Yeah, left, right, only he knows. Herbrick to find touch. Solid contact this time. Still not being too greedy with it. It's going to be about 37 the trip into the Coastal Cavaliers goal line.
All right, there's a mark.
As we're about 12 minutes into the first half in belt-up round down here at Meadow Spring Sport Facility.
Varnish blue, knock on by black in the line out.
Knock on advantage, Cavs, Kalis runs to the line. Quick release out to the right. Newinghouse dots one over the top. Chase was good, brought to ground, stops. Out on the right, little pod ball for Batu. Short side, numbers, can go in or out. Decides to go himself. Payne brought to ground though. Good quick release, Menard.
Straight through.
Finds Abra.
No hands, Rock!
Got a roll out of there, 7. Herbrick. Finding the short run through to Tafu. Maul called by the referee, so danger, danger, danger here. Cavs are all over it. And scrum goes down to the Cavaliers. Gee, it was nicely done by the Cavs to keep that one up, but very early call on the maul. Nevertheless, Cavs come away, scrum down. I mean, maybe you were a little bit right here, Dave. Bayswater. Just maybe a little bit too frantic around ruck time. They're just doing a basic pod setup. It's not their classic setup.
I think they just need the sugar-free Gatorade, mate. It's just they've come out like with a bit too much hop in their step. Just hold the ball. You don't need to move it that quickly.
Certainly got possession and they've been working on territory. Maybe discipline on their side as well so far. Just need to convert a little better on their phase play. Ball's available at the back. Kalis picks and fires it off. Still dabs it over the top. Now Hardwick beats the first.
Move
Brought to ground. 42 from the line. Batu. Big 8 running ball runner.
Advantage blue offside of the back line.
Penalty advantage coming straight back.
Number 1 offside. Just here, Louis.
Yeah, I know they've got the advantage, but when he put that to boot, Herbrick, I don't think he realised.
Number 1
I think he was
offside.
already committed
I think
there.
he's already committed.
Yeah.
Why?
Was a bit of a nothing kick.
It was a bit.
But now he's got an opportunity for redemption, and I want to see him take this one on a little bit. He's definitely got the boot to get this one right into the corner, but he's playing it safe at the moment. He's got plenty of distance. It's up in the tree. It's only just come down as well.
It's almost as deep as they've been so far. We've been playing rugby between the 22s, except for that breakout try.
Which has certainly been handy early on. So Bayswater, second entry into the 22, but they haven't really progressed much further than the 22 line itself. Struggling to get that one at 4, and they've turned it over. Kalis gets a chance just to crash it up once more. Expect to see about 154 more of them out of the vice captain this afternoon. He does a mountain of work for this coastal side, and they just jab it into touch off the boot of Newinghouse. Bayswater have basically just been shoved back 10 metres in the same position. See if they can win their own ball this time. Looks like they'll set full line. Maybe just one short, 6-man. That's better. Winger comes in to take the crash. Hit pretty hardly. It's a scramble at the back, trying to find the ball. Need to just take this one up yourself here. Menard was scrambling for options left or right. Ends up finding Tatafu. And to ground now.
Off feet.
Straight off feet. All the Coastal players
Gotta stay on
arriving
your
off
feet,
feet.
I'm happy with the counter ruck, but you've got to stay on your feet.
Now,
Number 1 and number 5 off their feet.
we all know what I would do
Just
here.
that work for the fly half there. Again, it's
Yeah, I understand, but you've got to
the
stay on your feet.
indecision, left, right.
So you're falling
Slow it
over the
down.
ball.
Slow it down, you know. Just if you need to, just
And at this point
just
here,
pick and go. Take it. Add another phase. Just just slow it down. Allow your forwards to get in position.
this is what I don't understand as well. 16 minutes into the first half, line out's not working. You got an opportunity for an easy 3. You choose to go to the line, and he's gained about 3 or 4 metres off that kick. Could have easily dotted that into the corner. Absolute no pressure kick. And they've just given themselves extra metres at the moment, Bayswater. It's not smart rugby at all.
Tackle release!
This conservative kicking is okay if you're playing conservative ball movement, aren't you? So, but they're not.
You're attacking.
But
This is your third or fourth attack inside the 22. Not putting yourself in position. Not coming away with the 3 points that were on offer. So hopefully they convert with a try and shut me up here. But
it is entertaining. I'll give them that. Oh, almost.
a little bit out too far in front. Now
He's
they throw it
going
on the
forward.
wing. Inside pass was good to Hardwick.
Tackle
6
release!
out from the line. Need to release the tackled player. Lance almost caught offside. Now they bust through the line. Half a metre short. Releases, goes again and try.
He's released it, stood up, played the ball.
So
That
they
actually
come away
was
with the 5.
that actually wasn't great defence from Cavs. There was a big hole open there. He said he had the ball. He had his head down. He knew where he was going.
Yeah,
But
he knew
he said the
exactly what he
replay
was
here.
Just managed to
Yeah.
get tackled, released it, got back up. No one circled around behind him.
But they've got reward for effort, which is great. So look,
Yeah.
it's been entertaining so far.
At least they're on the board. 5 apiece at the moment. Kick to
Yeah,
come.
cheers,
And
mate.
certainly is an entertaining brand of rugby they're trying to play.
And there's absolutely no wind
Just along
to
the
be to speak of, which is nice.
Is that because of the rain or for the rugby?
Well, we don't want wind regardless, do we? But this should be. Well, there's no environmental effects on this, so he's got the chance here to take the lead at least by 2.
And Herbrick as well. Does fade the ball a little bit left to right, so he's going to start this one probably just a little bit left to centre, and hopefully it just fades across the right upright. It's good kicking technique though for anyone watching at home. Wanting to work on where your weight should be while you kick. Just look how far forward he is over the ball.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And it's a beautiful kick straight over the middle.
Beautiful.
So Perth Bayswater take the lead in belt up round. 7 points to 5 over Coastal Cavaliers at home. But plenty of rugby left in this game. About 20 minutes in.
We've only gone, well, we haven't even gone 20, and I'm already tired looking at them go at the pace they're hitting each other. It's entertaining rugby. Belt up round, of course.
Make sure you buckle up whenever you drive, save lives. Newinghouse gets us underway a little bit longer this time off the kick. Lance the only chaser again, happy to put on the hits for his
Play
team.
advantage.
Lost forward
there's no
through the
advantage there.
contest.
Knock on black.
And a great net result for the Coastal Cavaliers. Going to be a scrum 26 out from the line.
Reasonable crowd in too.
Oh, it's a great little crowd here this afternoon at
Did
Meadow
you-
Spring Sports
For
Facility.
you look for a side that's a merger of 2 clubs as well. They're building nicely as a standalone franchise. I think they've been combined for a couple of years now, but they're doing some good things.
Well, certainly they're in
Crouch.
6th on the ladder at the moment. 3 and 1.
Blind!
If they can go 4 and 1, you know,
See.
they're past the champions Cottesloe on the ladder. Even Associates, who won last week against Cottesloe, they're past them on the ladder. As they fire this one out the back door, getting a little bit of pace on the ball and stepping inside the first, up inside the 22. It's a nice little entry here for the Cavs.
He needs to let go of this ball.
No support really helping out already there.
Holding on. If he released it, he would have won it.
Here comes from the referee, Foster there. If he released it, it would have been a clear turnover. All the pressure lifted.
See here on the replay. So just the foot speed here, just turns on a dime, and he's beaten 2. Can't get through to the third, but then just No
Straight on
support.
top
We
of
might
the
get a
ball.
touch here. No, not quite. It's not going to come out. There it is. No, it's
The
not.
foot was in touch as well as he jumped. It's a great kick. See, that's
That's
a
a-
more
that's a
aggressive
very
kick.
good
That's what I want to see more of.
Finds your centre.
Bayswater, 40 metres from the line. And if you can get 30, 40 metres off a kick like that, why can't we get to the 5 metre line when you've got a penalty more forward? Fake at the front, up at 3, off the top. Line speed's good from the Cavs. They're going to need to find a ball runner quickly here. Midfield crashing up George. Quick play, half scooting, then dishing off, forward pass surely. Allowed to play on from the referee. Instant touch regardless.
Very close to full.
Lost into touch.
Although
They've got
we
the
would
option scrum here and
just
5
off
with
the
the line
angle
out.
here.
Yeah, Herbert.
Scrum.
Lucky to get away with one, but it was an
down.
option anyway.
Knock on.
Well, it wasn't a high percentage pass that high up, was it? So
Once again, phases.
yeah, just hold the ball.
Hold the
Let
ball.
the phases move up the ground. Rugby is a game of patience.
Yeah, just there. Thanks, mate.
Scrums have been really good so far. I do love my scrums. These are attractive at the moment. Solid platform. Bayswater loose head out here, doing well to hold the weight
Crouch!
of Paliufiu.
Bind! Sit!
Cavs win their own ball. Newinghouse, skip ball lost forward. Dougal couldn't hold on to it. Knock on offside.
I don't know if we'll get a replay of that, but I
Forward,
think
we're
just
playing in
just
offside.
his eyes just came off the line, just as he
Points,
met it.
I think he knew it was quite the
think
flat ball.
yeah.
It was just checking how close they were. And wisely now, Perth Bayswater in front with probably the hardest penalty of the afternoon for them so far. They go, we'll take the points. And Simon Herbrick will be the one with the
Ken,
duties.
so just straight on the line. Don't go in front of the line yet. Yeah, just straight on the line. Yeah. No dramas, mate. No.
Currently 5 points to 7. This to make it 10-5.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. If you guys just want to go back a
Certainly.
bit more, just go 10 for me.
Haven't been too dominant Bayswater, but they're in front with a chance to extend.
Well, we have played the majority of this first 20 odd minutes inside Cavs territory, but yeah, as you mentioned, they haven't had. Well, if they slot this, they'll only have 10 points to show for a reasonable amount of possession inside Cavs territory, but they haven't dominated, have they?
No. So we wait for Herbrick now to add the extra 3 to the current tally.
Yep. Nice.
And straight over, moving the score in belt up round down here at Meadow Springs, 10 points to 7. Bayswater are up. Newinghouse jogs this one back forward. Nice high kick off again. Cavs chase well.
Strapped in the tackle, play
Lance strips, gets the ball out. Numbers for the wing as well. Absolutely crunched into touch. Nowhere to go for already again.
on. Was it knocked on into touch? No, it went
It's a
into
beautiful
touch
strip in the tackle there by John
Hold the ball,
O'Lance.
hold the ball for me.
He's been chasing every single kickoff.
Here we go.
As you see
There's
now,
that mark.
first hit comes from the prop, but then Lance comes in on the shoulder, rips, spins, and just fires it out to the left. But then you see Reretti, once he receives the final pass,
Oosh.
bang into touch.
Love it.
Bayswater, quick line out, and they get it down. Power 2. Now they set pocket. Herbrick smacks that one onto the Cavaliers' roof of the facilities. And it'll be a Cavalier line out with 30 to go. And even though it took about 5 seconds for Cavaliers to set this line out, felt like a long time.
Hang on.
Straight
Right
over
over
the
back.
back as well. They've tricked themselves. That's what happens sometimes when you do a walk-in play like that. And now Bayswater have got away through to Tafu. Need to get recycling quickly. There's numbers out to the left here. Are they deep enough? And the pass is atrocious. Lance picks up, tries to get on the outside, bumps off one, gets through 2 and wrapped up by 3. And he's stuck at the bottom of that ruck play there.
Oh, that was
very close to bouncing off the melon.
No.
Hansen, Ewinghouse to Nu'u. Nu'u just gets hands free. Jeez, they're good at keeping the ball alive here, the Cavs. Kalis just wisely brings this one inside. We're not going to get tackled into touch again. Flat ball, pod ball. Palevifu. Now spinning out. Cavs are going to get an entry into the 22 once again. Need support over the top. Ewinghouse, flat ball, line speed good, Bayswater. Oh, got to watch the ankle there. That could have been a little bit ugly there for Dougal.
Play on, 1 by Black. Roll now,
No, turnover's solid. Got to play this one. New laws there, Foster.
Take him back.
Well caught at the back there by Brandon Steele. He's got a lot of line breaks this season, but decides to fire this one off to Moretti anyway. Moretti's been tackled again and lost forward.
just tapped on the ankle there. He would have been through a few, I reckon.
He's been unlucky early here already. He's had a couple of good chances of speed, but he's just been
time off. We've got a prop down there.
Tapped a couple times, and we'll have a bit of time off.
You all good, mate?
There's a replay here.
Okay, he's all good. We'll go
just
again.
watch this. I mean, he knows exactly what he's going, where he's doing.
Blue.
Just the ankle.
Josh,
if it got through that,
we're going to go. All good.
I reckon he
could have
would
been
gone
off
an extra
all
10,
money.
15.
Jacob, let's get the water off.
20
We're going to
metres.
go. He's all good. All right.
And time back on now.
By Black.
Scrum down, Cavs ball.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Ball. Yeah. No, it's their ball. Yeah. Mark's just here, guys. Yeah, yep, it's fine.
Just a little bit of a knee worry there for Nu'u.
Just stand here.
Sure it won't affect his scrummaging too much.
All right, there we go. Time back on.
Just waiting for Tatafa to tie his shoelaces or something there at the front as well. Cavs.
It's good they pause the clock to do your shoelaces.
Oh, it is nice. You've got to treat the forwards kindly in rugby.
Crouch!
Emotional human beings, the forwards.
Bind! See!
Cavs set deep here. Expect a crash ball through 12 or 13. Ewinghouse has the options. Then gives inside ball to Dougal, who's still fighting through contact.
Tackle!
Brought to ground eventually, and they need to fire out, find the forward runner. They go back door. Ewinghouse wasn't quite ready. Goes the drop goal.
The drop goal.
Bring it
And
back,
he's got
they
it.
say.
That was...
And it's something I've been talking to a couple of people from Rugby WA recently. Where's the drop goal gone? It's going to win games.
Well, I don't know if he was. Well, he's in a great position to do it, but I don't know whether he.
There was absolutely nothing on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we see here, there's the ball drop, so it's like, okay, right. So it was a pretty testing pass. So, well, why not give it a go?
Because worst possible result there is he knows he's going to kick it long enough. 22 dropout.
Yep.
That's okay. But now Coastal Cavaliers move up to 8. It's 8 points to 10. All of a sudden, 2-point ball game again. With about 11 minutes left in the first half of Belt Up round. This ball sits nicely for Herbrick, who fires it across the back. Now for Menard. Calls a forward from Coastal, but it was absolutely fine to my eye. Jordan stops, gets brought to ground just past halfway.
Turnover here, no.
No, messy old ruck lost now. That's collapsed. About
Oh, it's
to.
gone right back.
Don't often see him lose metres, and the counter ruck's good here, Cavs, causing a bit of chaos. And now Lance shoots out of the line. He's not going to miss many either. Didn't quite get the shoulder he wanted, but held on. They've got the hands free, but still losing ground here, Bayswater. Now the turnover comes. They lost ground on 3 consecutive tackles, and Coastal Cavaliers come free with the ball. Now it's a juggle, backwards off Black. George comes away with it. Still spinning. Still moving, holds onto it wisely. Thought he was going to, he's going to throw that one. Across the back, penalty advantage, offside. Chance to do something with it. Now they fire it out. Payne
Great pass.
gets through one, knocked down backwards.
Knocked down.
No, that's okay, that was backwards.
All right.
But we're coming back for no advantage offside. See on the replay here. They're just doing their best to keep the ball alive here once they had the penalty advantage. They knew they could just throw it around. And you just see this last little pass there. I didn't quite get to see it. It was knocked down backwards by Cavaliers, so that's all legal all day. Herbrick.
It is a pleasure to have a referee in the booth.
It does help sometimes.
Number one. It's just the second offside against you in the wide channels. Just take one step, all right? Just a nut wider channel.
Yeah, just one that normally, because it is quite a contentious penalty, the old knockdown. No attempt to even play the ball. Can end in a yellow more than often than not. But that's when you knock the ball forward. If you knock the ball backwards, no matter what, play on. Because only a knock on is an infringement, and if it's on purpose, that's when we're looking at penalties and yellows. As they win this ball at 3 and fire it out after one little crash. George centre field was not expecting that one, Payne. Manages just to get himself to ground safely, though.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Just take the tackle, build the phase. That's a horrible pass. And
I don't know. Yeah, he's shaking his head, but there's only one man you can blame there, Menard, and that's yourself. Hasn't been any rain yet. Nothing to blame that on.
Herbrick's kind of gave him the evil eye as well.
Mark's here, guys, for the knock on.
Wasn't the hardest pass to give.
No.
So, Coastal Cavaliers scrum on their own 40. Would not be surprised if they have a little crack blind here. That is exactly the right amount of space you want. And they're foxing it with the wing just behind the scrum. 8 pick, maybe inside ball. Would not mind to see it. Need Palivifio to wheel this one up around to the right, though. It'll give them the perfect option to pick, but he just holds his feet where they are. And they're released to Newinghouse. Finds a good bit of grass in the back right of the field.
Held up.
That's what they wanted. So now he can't kick this one out on the full. It's going to have to go centre field bomb. And the forward runners are set there. They have not even moved from the scrum, but he loses it forward. And then just grubbering it through. Hardwick has another crack at it. Penalty advantage as well, I believe. No advantage over the call from the referee. Releasing and going again. Still does well to buy himself a little bit of time. And Coastal Cavaliers can hold on to this one side. Tap and go. Newinghouse just wants the meters before he has to clear this one after a forward pod. Need to just settle here though, Cavs. They can have a crack on the outside if they want, but ball retention is key. They've come outside the 22, so safety is gone.
Take him back.
And now they're playing with fire. Newinghouse firing out Nu'u. Now they're set back inside. Newinghouse boot again. It's going to bounce again. He's crafty off the boot here this afternoon so far. Stops with Hardwick on the outside. Oh, I'm going to be lucky to not be called for off feet here. Bayswater did well to get underneath, but didn't do much to support himself. Pauta. Short side. Opportunity to get the arms free. Just accepts the contact, Max Veach.
Step.
Menard needs to be good here. Can't drop another one of these passes down to the ground.
Still hitting this close line.
Off your
They
feet.
want to just keep drawing him in, open it out on the right-hand side. Cavaliers forwards aren't biting too much yet, though. They're still spread across. Now a chance for some forward pods in midfield. It was good little quick hands.
But read well.
Yeah, Payne stops centre field. Little dolly over the top, quick hands, good
That wasn't
again.
necessary.
Pass forward, guys.
And it was forward as well. So I think that really comes down to the Coastal Cavaliers defence. They were trying to draw them in here on the left side a bunch. No bite, so the gaps and these little moves they're trying to do, there was just too much defence out there on the left. Well, Cavs left. They're managing to hold out for now. Bayswater's still in front.
Patient defence from the Cavs.
Roughly 5 to go in the first. Cavaliers still down by 2 to Bayswater. Rain holding off. Smile on Dave's face. It's going to be a scrum 26 from the line.
Crouch. Bind. Seat.
Hansen Fires Newinghouse. And Lance had to juggle it, but gets to ground and still gains metres. Small counter ruck from Bayswater ignored. Nowhere to go there. Newinghouse gets it back. He's good with his hands. Can he get it on the outside? Then back in. That probably is forward. But still just goes to ground and holds on to it. Turnover.
No.
Yeah, penalty advantage against Newinghouse there.
And again, there was a bit of that.
All the rights, just won the ball, you got to roll away.
That hot football. There's no need for this. Just
a little bit too much.
Just take the tackle.
Newinghouse there could have just copped that one. It was a bit of a late hit there. Lucky to get away with it. Now another opportunity for Herbrick to dot this 1:15 out from the line. Does not want it any further. Maybe it's a game plan. Maybe Nick's wrong. Maybe they want that extra little bit of space to attack the line.
Watch that runner, Jordy. Watch eyes, Jordy, eyes.
Five-man. Into the maul setup. At the back with Tatafu. It's a good little drive. Still edging itself forward. Cavs not over-committing to it. But maybe they should start thinking about it because this starts getting within the 5-metre channel. Foster runs himself round the left. It's a tackle. It was a broken break off. Little forward pod run. Abra. Darting towards the line. Putting the ball out. No, just short.
Just short.
Can play it back now. Short again. Need to get something a little bit more running forwards.
Yes,
Lance slips off. And Max Veach is going to go underneath the sticks and is going to score just before half-time. A rare slipped tackle on Jono Lance there. It was good pressure by Bayswater. Building phases. And Max Veach dots it underneath. Perth Bayswater moved to 15-8. Kick to come right under the sticks. Expect him to get it.
Yeah, just with me, mate. That's the one there.
A little more reflective of the play, the scoreboard, when it's updated. But definitely the last 20-odd minutes of this first half have been firmly played inside Cavs territory.
I expected Cavs to be a little more dominant in this game. I thought it would be like Bayswater late, but I thought it would be all things Cavs for the first 50 minutes.
Well, I guess they've taken the two scores they've had. They've taken the limited opportunities they have.
Yeah, they're probably 2 from 4 past halfway even. Conversion successful, 17 points to 8. And a couple minutes to go on the clock. Cavs in no real rush to get this one back up. Less enthused kick this time, but the chase just as good. It's been their highlight this afternoon. And penalty, knock on offside.
Mark there.
So a chance very late in the half
Forward by Black, offside.
for Coastal Cavaliers to convert again. You just see here, lost forward into an offside player. Jumping up, losing it forward, and then the 3 just plays at it with his hand on the way down, and then 2 on the ground as well. It's double offside. And Newinghouse puts this one inside the 22. Just over a minute to go in the first.
So what do you expect the Cavs to do here, Nick?
I think they're going to back in that maul structure that they had the first time they were up here. But it doesn't look... I know it looks just like an 8-man lineup, but it actually doesn't look like a full maul setup the way they've lined up there. Yeah, they go all the way to the back and they're just going to play through. Maybe Jono Lance here to crash this one straight up, then they'll fire it back left straight away. Lance now with it. Exactly as predicted, Lance trying to get through the line, still fighting towards, showing a little bit of class, tries to get lost forward though. Was inches towards the line as well. Maybe he just needed to turn around instead of reaching out. So knock on advantage, clearance opportunity here.
Advantage over.
Advantage over, and that one goes into touch. And there's time for the line out, says the Foster. No, he isn't. So, in your Fortescue Premier Grade match of the week, it's belt up round. Perth Bayswater are up 17 points to 8. It will be to 8, sorry. We'll be right back with your second half. Of the Fortescue Premier Grade Clash of the Week. It's belts up round. Leading into half-time, Perth Bayswater 17, Coastal Cavaliers 8.
Yep.
But the story of the first half, when Coastal Cavaliers crossed halfway, they came away with points both times. As we get ourselves back underway now. Bayswater sent this one really high. It's a contest up in the air. Play on the call. Both players jamming it up in between each other. Veach gets inside the 22 early here. Spinning out right-hand side. Bruce.
Go.
Deep flat ball. Now trying to get a little bit of go forward, Herbrick. Deep flat pass again. Need to get running on once you're in the 22 here, Bayswater.
Leave now, 8 off. Thank you.
Almost turned over, but let free now, and the Coastal Cavaliers wing has fallen over himself.
I'm happy.
So there was a chance to gain an extra couple metres. Turnover's good. Penalty comes the way of the Cavaliers. Good defence to hold off an early
There's no
attack.
advantage from there. He's on the touch line.
Bayswater looked really good early there, though.
They did. The ball movement was very good.
Just needed to run on a little bit, though. Newinghouse to clear. Gives it a little na-na, the reverse na, as it's affectionately known.
I've never heard that before.
In my own head. 45 out from their own line now, Cavaliers with the ball in hand.
Now there is a, I don't know if you can see on the screen, it is actually hazy, so it's not our cameras, it is actually a bit of haze, and I've been struggling with it. I don't know if it's going to affect the play.
No,
I don't know if I'm running around getting a mouthful of smoke, that might affect me.
It's not the worst haze, though. The players should be right. These are young, fit men. As this one finds back door through Clark.
Oh, well read.
Very well read there, brought to ground.
Leave it.
Oh, he just took his eye off that.
Too early. Didn't time it.
And I think that was lucky there because he saw the contact coming, just took his eye off that.
Just
I think he's
timing.
a little bit
offside,
scared of
just
that
timing.
one.
Yeah, we'll just see it here.
This was the play beforehand. It was a good little bit of work. Roderick Taivalu in the headgear was quiet in the first half. This one's not out.
No.
And so a chance.
It's going to come straight back over our heads into the
Herbert
Cavs
just
10.
makes that one a safe one. So it's only about 30 out from the line. Cavs ball back. What are they going to set for the line here? Looks like they're going to go forward pod centre field. So just 5-man. Probably up at 4 here. Up at 7. And converting. Nicely well done.
Thanks, mate.
Newinghouse finds his forward runners. McDowell.
Off now, 2 off. Off your feet.
Sorry, not McDowell. It was Lico. Lance releases. Steele kicks through and just runs into touch on second phase. Probably not the smartest grubber kick in the world. Just a little bit eager. Everyone up and about after half-time want to score immediately. Off the top, quick line out taken by Bayswater. Dropping the shoulder in there, Lico. Slow ball. Just going to set pocket. Absolute mess of a pass again there from Hansen. Needs to be better. So not Hansen, Menard.
Had to kick that quickly. He hasn't got much from it.
Steele. Bit of heads-up footy opportunity. Great covering tackle there from Veach. Sorry, not Veach, Abra.
Big unit.
Yeah,
Backwards, play on.
Pod centre. Field just about 23 out from the line. Turnover inbound.
Need a clear release, number 8. Your tackle assist.
No clear release. Bayswater, the wrong shout.
Clear release.
He's just gone up thinking, yeah.
Oh, you can't write that.
Points. Shot.
As you see here, just when the tackler goes to ground in the headgear, did not let go of the ball, was just fighting on it the whole way there.
Look, he's still on his feet,
foul
helping
two.
him the ground. But other than that,
Penalties against him.
Go on the points, are they?
Yeah, take the points is the wise option here. Just build this lead back. Newinghouse should dot this one over very, very simply.
No, I'm all good, thanks, mate.
I wish we had a close-up just then. It would have been absolute class there from Paltu. Newinghouse looks like he's not wasting much time with this one. Setney just walked back. It's just a chip for him. Half run up. Just sneaks inside the right-hand upright. And 11 points plays 17 here in the Fortescue belt-up clash of the week. The Cavs want to build something. As some copyrighted music plays in the background, I hope Thunder
it doesn't block our stream.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't block the stream, and I hope the Thunder does not strike down on the pitch this afternoon. No rain is good rain. Newinghouse. Just taken nicely there, Cavs. Nu'u. Across the back. Knocked backwards. Need to be careful with no more silly passes. Newinghouse picks up in the end.
Outside.
Outside, still has to keep this one down the middle. Underneath it nicely here. Herbrick fires across the back. Hardwick. That's got to be forward, but there's no one in sight to see it. Getting away with one there, the Bayswater attack. Couldn't have been a worse camera angle to view it as well for them. Messy old ruck. Cavs need to be careful. Yeah, offside. Just doing a little bit too much, Lico, there.
Number 7 off.
Oh, tap and go, almost lost forward. Looking to play quickly. Big shoulder, not back 10 and shoulder charge.
Just a bit loose here on the carry,
Yeah,
but he's...
Cavs. Lance tussling and fighting, trying to get Bruce to ground.
Still got his hand
Coming
on
back.
No advantage.
Is he just calling him offside, or is he going to say shoulder 2? Because if it's shoulder, we might have a chat about it. As you just see here, was not back the required 10.
All right.
Bang, big shoulder. Did have a little bit of an arm wrap, so it wasn't the worst offending thing, but if you're offside and putting that in.
What are you doing, mate?
And shot the call.
And shot. Okay. Well,
good call.
it's a good call, but we don't want to have a kick-for-kick game. The first half was entertaining. And we spoke to the referee at half-time. He's entertained as well.
He's happy to be out there.
He's happy to be out there. He's even comparing some of the scrums to Super Rugby.
Yeah, I thought that was a bold call.
I thought that was a bit of a stretch, but it's been entertaining the first half. Let's hope it just doesn't end up being a penalty fest.
Hey, no, that's exactly what I want to see. Well, if there's going to be a penalty, I like to see the points taken. So I don't mind it at all. A little bit of put-off music coming from the Coastal Cavaliers on this kick again. I do believe this one is not copyrighted as well.
It isn't, no. I'm okay with that. Yeah, play it before the kick. Don't do it. You can't do it.
No.
That's just
Yeah, you got about 25 seconds.
Yeah, just let them know that that they shouldn't be comfortable.
You may or may not be a clown. Herbrick. Nice strike of the footy. But off. Oh, that took a while.
There was a conversation there. The player in backfield with his hands. I don't know if you can catch his number, but he's like, come on. He is adamant it didn't. In the headgear, the white headgear, he is adamant that it missed.
Yeah. That one.
No, touch his flag. No. All right. Yeah, look, I stand on official.
He's saying the same thing.
Gee, yeah, I'd like to.
It almost looked like both of them were trying to convince each other, didn't it?
So it's a confusing one as well, because it wasn't above the upright.
No,
it was a low piercing kick. You've got to know if that's gone inside or outside.
14 sub.
But 3 points go the way of Bayswater. 20 plays 17.
All right, time back on.
Charles Newinghouse sends a one up in the air again. Well taken. Pauta, sorry. Lost ball.
No heads, no heads.
Messy old ruck again, and penalty Bayswater. Yeah, just too much there. Just a silly penalty there as well. Not sure quite what Lico was going for. like you had a little bit of pressure around ruck time, but just walk through it. Don't play it with your hands. Now you just gifted up about 40 metres in a line out. Because these defensive kicks Herbrick likes to go after, not the attacking ones.
No, not quite. No, he's.
Yep.
I've seen him kick better.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that for free.
Probably gave himself 15, if that, maybe 10.
Okay. Yep, no drama.
Probably 10.
Geez, ball boys enforced them. We got 3 balls quickly to the line of touch there. Only 1 required. Up at 1. And 1. Now firing across into the back line, Bayswater. Just dicing on the outside nicely. There was George. Quick play of the ball. Left-hand side of the field. Onto the toe. Gets a good bounce, but just rolls itself into touch. Could have been danger if that one popped back infield. Plenty of chases coming from Bayswater. Only 1 back from the Cavs. .42 out from their own line, Cavs. 5-man line out. Up at 5. Newinghouse. Ball runners throw the ball behind each other. Trying to dart around the outside is one of the replacements. Coastal finding space out wide this time. Still 2 on 2, but just need to secure ball here as they get towards halfway. Handy little run, Berry. Picked up and driven forward again. Now they're in a pretty position here. They can fire it out left. They can either hit the forwards or go backdoor Lance, which they do so. Now firing outside again. Trying to fight through that first little contest, but not too much luck involved.
Missed it now.
Now just a simple crash ball. Bayswater doing a good job of not committing to the rucks at the current moment.
Now that will. Wow.
Lost forward.
No.
That's interesting.
Still out of forward, out of your hands.
Forward out
Wouldn't
of your
mind. So
hands.
this replay here. So.
Right, guys, we've got a sub for Black.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
but he caught it on the way down
He
again.
did, didn't he?
Time off.
So. I don't
That's
know.
the front row, so we'll put time off here.
No. The backs were to us, though, so maybe we did see a little bit of it.
But Louis, you've got a blood being on 33 coming here. If they're going to just sub
Yep.
real quick.
There's an eyebrow that's cut open.
They get W.
He's only just come onto the field as well, the big 33.
Yeah, blood bin. All right,
Bit
guys,
of claret.
time back on.
Yeah, just pitch that one up. Day's not done yet.
Scrum, yeah. Combine blue.
Is it Herbrick, I think, on his knees there?
Sorry, where?
All right, guys.
He was on his
First
knees,
half,
on his
just,
knees.
just
First
blowing.
half,
Had a
blue.
chat to the
All right,
trainer.
let's keep that standard.
He's just having a tactical chat. Probably a bit jealous. All these forwards get to go down on their knees all the time.
Not the number 10.
Crouch!
Like the number 10. Got to look good.
Bind!
Bayswater set 5 flat out right, 1 left.
Ball's at the back, just a slip, hold there.
8 picks, has
Almost
to
lost his
dish.
footing.
Great run, George.
Didn't
8's all
survive the
over
clean
it.
out.
Didn't survive the whole way. Oh, tough penalty there. 8 had all rights to the ball, got over the top. We'll have a look at it
Survive the clean
here,
out,
but
then
just
you stay
saying he
there, you've
didn't
got to move
survive the
out.
clean out first. We'll see what happens with it, because he gets rolled over the back of himself. He's on the ball there. No, he's got to let go at that point there.
Sorry, Nuku.
Shot called, and
Yeah,
Bayswater
Josh,
wisely.
He's fine, but then he didn't survive the first initial clean out, then he needs to move out. That's what the penalty was for. Okay.
There
Good
you
comms
go.
from the referee. Bayswater, not to the favour of Dave McRae to my left.
No,
Just going to extend the lead.
Look, that's you're dead in front. Have that shot. So.
Got to have that. Hardwick's going to take his time as a familiar sounding tune comes back over the speakers.
I think the irony here is, in my book so far, it's probably been a little more even with possession. In the first half, we played, predominantly inside Cavs territory. But it's been a little bit more even here. But you know, Bayesies, when they have their opportunities with these penalties, they're taking them. So well, again, as you said, a smart play.
It's a weird one as well. With no wind and no real weather to affect the play, all the ball's been in this left half of the field.
Exactly.
Good strike again. This time the flags go straight up. There's no confusion from anyone. 11 plays 23 in your belt-up clash of the week. Bayswater just building and building and building at the moment.
Yep, send him on now. Send him on. Ball.
Bayswater trying to sub. Just need to get it on.
Oh, sub, mate.
Need a ball. What happened to the three that were at the previous line out? It's a good pass from
They're,
Steele
well,
at
the
back.
ball boys are down in the far end actually playing with it, I think. So
They've started a game at touch.
Yeah, good stuff.
Surely they haven't given up on their coastal boys this afternoon yet. Bayswater across the back in centre field, just 24 from their own line, so need to create a little bit of their own exit here. It looks like they want to go a little bit heads up. Hendrick fires it out to his left. Coastal Cavaliers are good on line speed at the moment. Trying to force a kick out of this Bayswater attack. Didn't know whether they wanted to go left or right there. To Tafu. Manages to gain an extra 5. That's what Bayswater needed. Now it just makes a little bit of disruption for Coastal as the bomb goes down centre field. It's a big kick and it holds up. Steele's going to run onto this one. Gives it to Newinghouse to punt back down.
Hold.
It's going to get a good bounce.
On now.
Holds up again.
Yeah, it's outside the 22. Little jab. Weird little passage of hands there just by Bayswater. Steele ends up with it again. Fires it out to the left to the 21. Got numbers out here.
Oh,
Lance should have given it.
He's done it again. Like
He's going. Sorry?
He's done it again. He's run when he should have passed.
He knows how good he is, but he's also so great with his hands. He just needs to give a couple of them off. And then run with support. Get it back. Get it back.
Exactly.
But he goes to himself
Great
this time.
inside ball.
Now fires it off on the outside. Steele on the wing. Gets brought to ground 10 short. Don't need to panic here. Just hold on to the ball.
Just take the it's gone
Get
out.
driven into touch.
He just needed to hold the ball.
I was there.
No reason for Steele to pass that one off.
And now they've lost it. Here we go again.
Great
Look at
inside
that.
ball
Great
from
inside ball.
Newinghouse.
Time off.
Jono Lance driving towards the line. Fires it on the outside. And you just see here,
He just
the tackle was good.
didn't need to do that because he's passed back towards the line as well. So he just needed to hold that. He had support there.
Bloodbin returning as well now.
Rebuild and then attack the line going inboard. But
I'll let you know when time's back on, guys.
it's exciting. So weather update. We should be expecting some moisture in the second half of this half. Says the Bureau, and the wind is just slightly picking up. You can. This haze is blowing through. I think it's coming from. Well, it's definitely coming from the east. The wind is coming across the ocean from the west. It's going to come down and across us, so we will cop something. Hopefully not too much.
As we see a knock on in the line out, Cavs have come away with the ball. And a great attacking opportunity to get themselves back into this game. They're not down by much. 12-point advantage currently to Bayswater. You can bring that down to 5 with a converted try here. Scrum's been solid so far, but we'll see if they use it as a weapon now that it's inside the 22. It's a good hit. And they apply a little bit of pressure. Probably could have held that one in and tried to give it a real crack. Short ball to the 21. Quick ball, recycling out to the left. Steele, he's great on his feet, trying to
just
dance
hold it. Oh.
Wisely does this time, but then gives it away eventually. Newinghouse. Now their playmakers tied up. Pick and go from the 1. Nu'u manages to play it back. Now they got players everywhere. Lance
he came running from 10 yards away. He knew exactly what he wanted.
Just came fresh back from the blood bin, the 33. and came from a mile away into this ball. You
Let's
see,
just watch it here.
moving
You're
it.
not going to see it. Oh, you're going to see it off. And he started that run 10 yards out. He just knew exactly. And it must have been a set play. That was fantastic.
Everyone will probably expect that one to go to the Western Force fly half out the back door. But no, it's the man with strapping on his face.
Just a smile and a thumbs up as he's walking back as well.
Yeah, all day, boys. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Just do that. Keep doing that. I'll help you out. I'll do my bit over the line.
Moves the Coastal Cavs to 16. Kick to come. Newinghouse gets himself nice and close for this one. He'll hook this one around.
Cheers, mate.
And belt up round has proved to be a good one so far. Make sure whenever you drive to belt up, save lives. Great initiative from the WA State Government.
Road Safety Commission has been a fantastic sponsor of rugby here in Western Australia for a number of years as well, and of course of the Western Force. Doing twofold, growing the game and also spreading a fantastic message.
Newinghouse adds the extra 2, so 17 plays 23. And all of a sudden those 2 penalties have been closed considerably. And Bayswater going to make a couple extra substitutions.
I think the DJ here's having a bit of a laugh.
For your guys. Hold on.
It's good though. Nice, great atmosphere actually down here today.
There'll certainly be a few hanging around after. It's good to see as well this morning. There was all the junior rugby down here. There was 3 or 4 games going at once. There's a bake sale going on inside. There was everyone going around.
4 blue.
My girlfriend found herself a nice pink frosted cupcake as well. She was happy about it.
There's just a good energy about the game at the moment.
There's a good energy around rugby.
Yeah, the Force had a great season. Of course, we know they made the finals for the first time. And look, the Fortescue Premier Grade as a competition is actually the standard. Don't get me wrong, the standard's always been world class, but the competition I think has been better. We just spoke about the Cavs, being inside the 6.
Which a couple of years ago, nowhere near.
Yeah.
But they're looking to start this season 4-1 if they can win this game this afternoon and claw it back against Bayswater, who have been unlucky as well. Bayswater early in this year. A couple of results not gone their way. Got done by a strong UWA, but pretty much everybody has.
Play advantage black.
As a replacement 21 for Bayswater, just secures ball.
Oh, we picked that. Bang. Thank you very much, Barry.
Great
Still
tackle.
advantage for the knock.
Still lost forward advantage here for Bayswater. They're going backwards and across at the moment. No forward
Tackle
momentum.
release 1.
And they're a little bit bunched up here, Bayswater, than they normally would be. They need to fan themselves out, play their natural game, start getting forward.
Right, advantage is over for the knock now.
No advantage anymore as they roll forwards again. Out on the left-hand side, Veach gets crunched a little bit.
Rock! Rock!
Got a release. Almost done again there. It was Ethan Kalis. 6 has got to get out of there as well, Berry. Need to be careful not to give away a penalty here, Cavs. They're doing well at the moment. Newinghouse comes out of the line, knocks it backwards through the contest. Lance jumps over the ruck, which makes him miss a tackle. But now there's a foot race down to the corner. There's still Steele in the corner, but forward pass. Foster was in perfect position to see it. And you saw Jack Steele, he was ready to make the tackle, but then saw the ball go, and he actually ballsily enough let it go. See Bayswater fanning across. Newinghouse goes in. You see Lance jumps over, gets himself too far committed, and then this last pass into the replacement. Just flows pulled forward, and Steele turns around straight away. So a big exit scrum here for the Cavs. Just need to get this one down and out. I mean, they can have a crack at running it if they want, but...
No, well, you know they want to, but
Crouch!
Put it to boot.
They'll probably take one crash, but they won't pass it out wide.
See.
It's a great scrum. Scrum's been fantastic today. Super Rugby still questionable. Lance does well to fight through, does a little bit too much, so they're outside now. Newinghouse has to give a big blind pass over the top because he was going to get crunched.
No, he knocked that forward. No?
Seems like
definitely knocked that forward.
Newinghouse out of frustration. Just crashes into that ruck and secures it. Then gets the ball back. He's all over the play at the moment.
And that's good. The ruck was in here.
Okay. I was just about to say, did that go back? No.
Yeah, ruck was formed inside the 22. Bayswater,
Cavs late for the line.
26. Yeah, they just were not ready. Bayswater trying to keep the pace on here. And they're a man down.
Almost stripped.
The try scorer from before for the Cavaliers is hobbling out on the left wing for the Coastal Cavaliers. Backwards. Steele. Firing out. Oh, just chopping the legs of the big man there.
That's fantastic.
Oh, and Lance has gone down with a knee. That's not good.
That is not good.
He looks in tremendous pain as well. So now they're basically 2 down in defense. They've got 2 hobblers. No good at all, and someone's lost a boot. It's all happening down here at Meadow Springs Sporting Facility as they backdoor flick it. Need to pick this one up. Hardwick brought to ground. Need players to secure. Jeez, Lance is in big trouble. Play on down the right wing. Bayswater going to go across through Aidan McDonough. And I want to have a look at the replay. There's a couple of questions here. Where does he pick the ball up? We need to go back a little bit more on that again. He'd already picked the ball up. But if he was not the last man in the ruck, they might have a case for it. But if he was just at the back of the ruck and picked it up, he's sure he's fine. I think the gap.
Which one's that?
Here we go.
You were held
Oh. I think Tatafu was the last man in the ruck there. Certainly wasn't McDonough. Getting away with one at a crucial moment there, Bayswater. And a couple of injuries to the Cavs has not helped the situation. Just trying to spot Lance as he decided to stay on.
Nothing wrong with a bit of controversy on the TV though, Nick. I like that.
Replay is a beauty.
I like it.
Yeah. So the all-important extra 2 to come still from Herbrick.
Just keeping an eye on Lance. I think it might have been not the knee, but the
He's not happy.
Quad. He's just
because he was even lying down on that blind side again.
Yeah.
He wasn't. It's why the gap was open. To add the extra 2. Oh, it's a lot of bend. Scares the seagull sitting at the top of the post. He was going right for it. And now Coastal Cavaliers 17, Perth Bayswater 30.
Look, obviously I understand it's close game, very hotly contested, all right. At the moment,
Cavaliers are going to have to strike very soon if they want to initiate the classic heartbreak.
I'll sort the game out. You guys do the rest. Okay?
okay. So just a word about the, or a chat about the chatter, I think, Nick, there. So there's been a couple of controversial, well, I'm going to say controversial, because they're creating controversy.
Contentious.
Contentious is a good word. Decisions and
he was held on the ground. That might be another one.
Yeah.
Gee, they're lucky here at the moment, Bayswater. But that's exactly it. If you're talking to a ref, you don't get those penalties. You want to stay on his side. As they move the ball far left of field. And looking like they want to go forward. And the penalty comes back the Cavs.
And they like that one.
Now they're up and about. That's a pure
22, holding on.
A pure fans penalty there on your own bench side.
22, first man in. Black
and you see Herbrick fires this one out wider again. When they get brought to ground, straight over the top. 22, all over the ball, all rights to it. Doesn't get cleaned out, still had it. And that's a great clear kick as well. Not much angle to work with. And Newinghouse has got that one to 23 metres from the Perth Bayswater line. And a try here would open things up. More than just a bit.
They've set him.
Just looking at Lance as well. He's got a little bit of tape under the left knee now. What's that doing?
But that wasn't the knee that he was, or the leg that he was worried about.
Maybe it was there the whole game. I was going to say, if that's what they've done to fix the problem,
his,
that
it was
can't
his right leg that he was stretching out. The fact that he was stretching and he was giving it a good stretch behind his back.
And then he's kicked it out in direct.
Oh, there you go.
Just here.
It just struck me as being more of a quad than a knee, but he's still flicking that leg out too.
He's tapped it back in, and then he's kicked it out directly. All right.
Maybe a corky, which won't be nice.
Right, so line out.
Take 2.
Take 2. Little couple extra metres gained.
Oh.
Just need to play this one slowly here, the Cavaliers.
Hold here.
Nice pop
Roll,
ball, but
Black,
needs support.
roll,
Not
no
too
hands.
many over the top of it. They secure eventually, but they've got to be careful. Newinghouse finds Lance, who probably doesn't want the contact, but he takes it on anyway.
Let
No, he
him go.
clears himself out, trying to protect his legs.
Thought about it 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah,
It
now he
comes.
gives it and a chance to get fire it one more time. No, just going to bring it to ground, the 22. About 12 out from the line, penalty advantage as well. I
Still
think that
going.
just slipped up a little bit high. So penalty advantage, opportunity to try something here. Need someone running forward onto the ball.
With a high tackle still.
20 for the Cavs. No substitute numbers up in the box here at the moment, so we've got to go with a couple numbers here. 21, who's been the replacement centre.
Oh, it's just, that was a testing pass.
Yeah, that could have really
High
snapped
tackle.
a shin in half.
Picking
No, he
the go.
wasn't.
6 out from the line. Looking to
Still
play it
going.
quickly again, driving
Roll!
forwards. Got to roll out. Still penalty advantage. Lance beating the first again.
He runs into
That's
his
your
own
own
player.
player. Pick the ones in
Still
the black
going.
and
He
white
wants some-
jerseys. It's not a scared of contact
He
now.
wants a pie.
Maybe he wants to get sent off properly.
And they're down.
Jeez, just slipping
Jeez.
underneath the Coastal Cavaliers. It was sustained pressure, just pick and goes around the ruck. And they come away with a try. 22 plays 30 kick to come. And your Fortescue Premier Grade belt-up clash of the week. You just see here, great body position, just driving underneath the little supporting players. Started high and then gets the leg drive low and uses all 104 kilos of himself just to flop that forward. And I think that's a conservative estimate on the weight as well of being nice here this afternoon. Not
Now,
looking to
I'm
make
still
enemies.
watching Lance, and he is definitely favouring that right.
Yeah, he's not happy, but he's taking on the contest. That's sure to say. Now this game, conversion successful here. The intercept spoil, which has gone the way of Bayswater the last few years, is now on the cards for the Cavs.
It's also dropped about 5 degrees in the last 5 minutes. So well, I think Nick,
Nip, a little bit nip.
just a slight breeze now picking up just from behind us.
House needs a little more work on it. Score's going to remain 23 plays 31.
11.
Should be 23-30, sorry.
10 to go.
As on our clock, about 8 minutes to go. There was a little bit of time off I think we missed as well early in the half.
No hands, eh?
Sorry, my bad.
So we're
23-31.
we're playing with the production team.
Tackle.
We'll just wave to them and say sorry. Confusing with the scoreboard.
Everyone's up and about looking for something. That one's, it's got to be lost forward there. I know it's behind his head. But now they're fighting through the scrimmage. A little dummy
He's
to
gone through
himself.
3.
Yeah, he's happy to run this one, the big 20. Secured well.
Had to take that behind him.
Tackle roll.
Cavaliers 38 from their own line. Nu'u just brought it to ground. Newinghouse fires to the reserve inside centre. Now Kalis on the far wing.
Thought about it.
He's
Thought
allowed
about
to
it.
do
Didn't.
that.
Turnover. Think is calm. No, the
No.
counter rucking still
Oh.
fine. Up on halfway, slow ball. The Cavs are too flat in the back line here. No one's going to be able to running onto the ball properly. Nu'u. Quick release required. Dipping and diving. Lance beating couple as he does.
Oh, the ball's out. You've
Loses
lost
it
that.
though, and backwards, but forwards.
A little
Knock on
Oh,
black in the
wow.
contest.
There you go. I don't know if we'll have this, but that'll be interesting. I actually thought it was a Cavs hand, but
Let's have a look as he goes on the way down
So
here.
blue ball, he
Lance.
stripped it in the tackle, which is
Stripped
fair, and then he's just knocked it on, okay?
Yep, stripped by
there you go.
6, lost forward slightly.
another change for Basie.
Time off.
Time off again.
Just over 7. Okay. So, who's injured? Is he all good? All right, guys, he's all good now. Let's go.
Time back on.
Mark's here? No, he said he's fine. Come on.
about 7 minutes to go from the sideline.
Fine.
Another good scrum. They've been absolute stalemates this afternoon. Bayswater were trying to shove through that one, but the Cavaliers' feet were just dug in. Backdoor play. Steele has it now. Fires it early. Darting inside the first or second.
No hands. No hands.
Newinghouse. Kalis is skipped. It's the replacement, the 18. Quick ball required. Numbers out on the left here. Can go flat ball for the forwards. Nu'u gives off to the 16 prop. Almost stripped through again. Now Cavs are getting some nice recycling ball. Kalis has a run himself now. Vice captain's been good today, running it all day. Recycled again. This is looking sharp. Lance up to the 10. Palms off 1. It's an extra 5 now. Newinghouse didn't want contact, gives it off late. Jersey nearly pulled over the top of their head. Ball comes out again, half wraps, then given. It's a nice ball, then given again. No forward through the point of contact. Coastal Cavaliers looking better there.
It was great ball movement across the park.
Yep, bring it on.
So
14
here-
black, 14. Sub, mate.
It is getting
Time
quite dark here
Just wait till he leaves
at
the
Meadow
field, all right?
Springs. The lights aren't on, unfortunately.
5.5.
5.5 to go, head from the referee. And then there's the error there.
Waiting for 14 to leave the field and then we'll go.
So time off again with 5.5 to go.
Yeah, so he's...
He's in no hurry. Looks like he might have copped one in the buttocks.
No, he was the
All
one that
good,
was
mate?
just down in
All
the
good?
last piece of play.
No problem.
And he'll head off.
Guys, let's go.
So as we get ready to get time back on,
Off then, off.
Coastal Cavaliers with it all in front of them to upset again, which is the way this match traditionally goes. Had them tipped as favourites for this encounter slightly as well, but it's a perfect matchup, these two sides at the moment, stylistically and skill-wise. As it goes, as the rain starts getting a little bit closer, Dave McRae looking nervous. Not as nervous as the Cavs bench. 5.5 to go, scrum 30 metres out. Bayswater with ball in hand. They go blindside, and they go early on the boot, needs a bounce, gets a bounce, Steele's running across, he's going to have to play it. Goes on the boot, gets it up, need to exit the circle there, the Cavs.
Good chase too
Play
by
on.
Steele.
Yeah, Harwick. Lost backwards, Black. Need a release. Messy ruck.
Hey, on, Black
Very
still got
messy.
the ball.
Anyone's ball. Comes back for Bayswater eventually. There's a little bit of confusion in there. One more pass would have been fantastic. Don't get it away though. Brought to ground just in front of commentary position here. Angle was good, but the defense was better. Herbrick finds 19 replacement.
Tackle, release 6.
Firing out onto the left-hand side.
Oh, charge!
Lance gets the charge down and cleans up with the tackle,
Punish.
then goes for the turnover again. Ooh, high tackle.
I don't know if you'll see this, but I don't know about that.
It is a little bit high, but I think it's
But-
incidental. It's part of
Yeah,
the
and
contest.
it's-
Great charge down.
And it is, so it goes.
High tackle.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's
that's
pretty
all.
high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is rugby union.
It
There's
is,
a
yeah.
flow diagram on how we do things now, Dave.
Flow diagram.
Yeah, it's a
I
flow
was gonna
chart.
say Zen diagram.
If you makes it very simple. So even the prop forwards, they understand it. There's a clear chain of events. Even the thickest rugby player knows exactly what's going to happen and the consequences for their actions.
So probably 2-3 minutes by my clock.
Now I've got 2.5, I believe, maybe 3. Centre field. George crashes it up. Firing Menard, and then rubbering through. Too much, way too much. Only saving factor might be it's just outside the 22. So it's going to be a Coastal Cavaliers line out. And now they've got a hell of a journey to go. Outside is the call, so they can't kick it out.
Yep.
Oh, up at 6. The left had to get cancelled. The throw wasn't strong enough. They managed to come away with it. Newinghouse fires to his replacement, number 16.
Missed that 6.
Across the back again. They're looking to run this one out of the 22, but they're going anywhere but forwards at the moment. Have to present this one backwards. No one from Cavs looking to run it. The forwards are a little bit tired. Might have to go to the boot because not much else is going to happen at this position. Now Pods looks a little bit more organised. Can they follow it up with a second? It's 3-on-3 on short side. Don't go there. Yeah, 3 small backs aren't going to win that. That's a good run. A lot better there. Radu Berry. Newinghouse to Lance. Gets him outside the 22. 2 got to let go. Tafu does well to comply. It's going to be a lot of phases if they think they can march this one all the way up the field. Penalty goes the way of Bayswater. Not enough support. They look like they're a little bit tired and out on their feet here now, Coastal. It's very late in the game. As you see in this final ruck here. Straight over the top. It was really well done to Tafu.
Late in the support.
Shot taken, and that'll wind most of this clock off by the looks of it.
What's that, sorry?
So as built up round comes towards what could almost be full time. It's been a great contest down here this afternoon. Perth Bays would have just proven to be a little bit too strong throughout the entire day. It's not to say players like Lance and Newinghouse have been absolute stable fits for the Cavaliers, Dave.
They've been very good, yeah. I mean, Lance himself willing to throw himself. He's clearly, he'll come out of this sore. I don't know what the injury will be, if it will be a real one that'll need further treatment. But, you know, he's been willing to throw himself around.
It's good to see
when committed to rugby. That's great.
He's committed to the game as a whole.
Yeah,
it's great to see. No matter the level, he's going to give it all. There's Herbrick. Misses
22.
The penalty.
22.
And there must not be much left on the watch at this point.
So that's time. That's time. All right.
So, time has expired, so a crafty little kick from Newinghouse to Nu'u. They're going to have to run this one from their 22 all the way up. Kalis. Not Kalis, sorry, the exact same headgear as him. Newinghouse back out to the left as a little bit of a sprinkle of rain starts to come over as time has expired in the game. Going to have to do well to clean this one out. They're off feet now, Bayswater. Got to leave that alone. Final passage of play to play out down here at Meadow Springs Sporting Facility this afternoon. Knocked backwards and down. No, but that'll be the end of the game regardless. It's just a knock on. Well, no, we're going to have a chat about it.
I'll just have a chat.
I think it's backwards. I think it was play on.
We'll hear it. We'll have a look.
It's different. I was a bit obstructed there. So what I was saying is him trying to attempt to catch the ball and he's not throwing. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, it's 2 hands towards the ball,
Josh,
so even if it's forward.
Spoken to the AA, he's seen the same as me, all right. He's made a legitimate attempt to try and catch the ball. He's knocked it on. So that's no, he hasn't smacked it down. So that's a knock on, full time.
So full time down here in your Fortescue Premier Grade Clash of the Week. It's been built up round, and it's been an absolute belter. Perth Bayswater win this one, 31-23. Thank you very much all for joining us, and we'll go catch some interviews down there now.
Thanks, mate. Well done. Good stuff. Good stuff, Charles. Cheers. Cheers. Thank you.